Yay, one of you is able to make it in. I'm so sorry. Hi there.
Hi.
I don't know what happened to that original link. They gave it to me like it was generated by somebody else, but they didn't give me like the leader passcode. So I'm like, how do I activate the meeting? So luckily I have my own Zoom account, so I was able to go ahead and recreate this. So we'll just give everyone a few minutes to dial in and get into this new link, and then we'll get started. Oh, good. I see lots of people coming in.
Marlene, how long is the training for today?
We will be done by 1 p.m., just 1 hour.
Okay, cool.
And
Thank
because
you.
we're starting late, I'm not going to take you over. I'm going to stick with my commitment of ending at 1 Mountain Time. I don't know what time zone you're in.
Hello.
Hi there. Hello. Welcome. Sorry about that last minute switcheroo, you guys. I'm so glad you were able to get the email. Okay, one person didn't get it. Let me send it to Shawnee.
Hi.
Hi. Sorry.
Hey guys.
There's that. Okay, we give everyone a couple of minutes to get in here. All right, let me see how many of you we have here. Carrie, do we have you in here anywhere yet? No, Carrie will be here in a minute. Alrighty. Email, make sure I got all the people. Okay. Carrie out there. Hopefully that's Carrie. Let's see. Carrie, yay. Good. Okay, we've got Carrie now. Okay, I want everyone to please unmute yourselves and show us your lovely faces. We want to be on video the whole time here, so we can engage with one another. We can remember what everybody looks like, because we are going to be spending the next 6 months getting to know one another over the weekends, and it will be helpful to be able to remember faces and try to put names with faces. So when we show up on a show, it's like, oh, that's right, you're Riley. I remember, and you're Megan. Okay. So we'll be doing these trainings. I've put it on everyone's calendar. We've got 4 trainings total coming up. These are being recorded. So if you cannot make it, I will send out the link to the video recording so that you can watch it, but you have 2 days, 48 hours to watch the video and answer the quiz questions so that I can confirm that you watched it and you'll get paid for your time. Everyone is going to get paid for their time doing this training, but it'll be paid at the end of all 4 trainings. So I'm going to be taking a roll call in attendance for every single training. And then if you are watching it virtually, you'll have to answer the quiz questions to me in email so that I can check you off my list and we can make sure that you get compensated for your time in this training. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with roll call. First of all, an apology. I was given all of the Zoom links that I put into the calendar invitations, and I wasn't given like the leader code to like activate the meeting. So everyone was sort of sitting in the waiting room and I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't know I needed a leader code. So luckily I have my own Zoom account and I went ahead and just recreated this. So I will be updating the Zoom links in all of the calendar invites. So beware, you'll see that change come through probably early next week so that I get these things fixed and we don't have this same problem again. Okay, roll call. Ava. Avi. Bree. So if you guys are saying yes, I want you to unmute yourselves. Everyone is muted currently. Everyone unmute yourself and get your cameras rolling. I want to see everyone's lovely face. So Ava and Avi, I did not hear a yes. Are you guys unable to unmute yourself? Because you're all still muted. Like,
So Shanice is here, and I will turn on my camera in a little bit. I'm getting ready for work. I have another job.
that's awesome. So
So
Maya,
I'll turn on my camera shortly.
that's awesome. Maya, Trish, Carrie, you're all muted. Let's see, let's get everyone unmuted. Okay, awesome, awesome. All right, good deal. Oh, I see. You're loud, Trish. You are loud.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
why I was muting it for.
after that. So we will then have you stay muted. I'm going to go ahead and mark you as present. So yes. Okay. Bree. Brooke. Jocelyn.
Yeah,
Great. Caitlin.
here.
Lauren.
Here.
Lexi. Megan.
Hello.
Hi. Maya.
Here.
Riley.
Here.
Shanice.
Here.
And is it Shanisa or Shanice?
Shanice.
Shanice, great. Thank you. Sunita.
Here.
Tiffany.
Here.
And I know we had Trisha. Okay. Awesome. And Trisha, do you prefer Trish or Trisha?
It doesn't matter. I go by both, so whatever you prefer.
Good deal. All right. Thank you. All right. I have you all listed in my attendance roster. All right. I am going to share my screen with all of you. Oh, I heard a late dial-in. Who did I just hear dial in? Who was that?
That was me.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. No worries. All right. Well, then we'll go ahead and just kick it off with introducing Carrie. Everybody, this is Carrie. She is our new boutique manager. She is taking the role of Michelle Fitzgerald, and I think all of you got to meet Michelle Fitzgerald through the interview process. So Carrie is coming to us with a wealth of knowledge and experience in the retail world. Carrie, why don't you take a minute to introduce yourself to everybody, please?
Okay. Hi, everyone. Just so you know, I'm on my phone right now, so my computer is updating. It decided it wanted to update right now, so I'm on my phone. So sorry about the wiggling and everything. Yeah, I'm new to Spotlight as well, so I'm probably in the same boat as everyone else here and learning as we go. But as far as dance and dance retail goes, I have owned my own retail store for, I think we're going on 8 years now. So I own a local retail store that sells dance attire, dance shoes, dance clothing, point shoes, things like that. As far as dance goes, I have been in the dance industry since I was about 3 years old. I danced my whole life. I competed my whole life. I competed in college. And then now I have a 17-year-old daughter who has danced her whole life since she was about 3 years old. So I got to start that all over again with her, and we're still going through it. So very familiar with the outside world of dance and dance competitions, been to a lot of them, spent a lot of time sleeping on the floor, waiting for my daughter, or waiting for my turn to go. But I've never really spent a whole lot of time in the back end of it. So I'm learning along with you guys that way, but it should be a fun experience. Dance has always been a passion of mine, obviously. I've never really lived any part of my life without having some sort of touch with dance in some way. So I'm really happy that finally my worlds get to completely collide and I get to use my business knowledge and my dance knowledge and actually make it my living. So that's about.
Yay. Oh, I'm so excited. Welcome. Welcome to
Thank
the
you.
team. I'm so excited that you're going to be the leader of this crew, this part of our business. This is a $1.2 million revenue stream for this company. And we have some really incredible sales associates on our team this year. I know that you are just going to love every single one of them. They all were engaged and smart, and they got it, and they picked it up fast, and they were willing to just be take the initiative and be self-motivated. So I was really, really pleased with the candidates that we got this season. So welcome. And you'll get to meet Carrie if you are working Phoenix 1. And that leads me to my next topic. The schedule will be released by January 15th. So by January 15th, you should know for sure what your show schedule is so that you can notify your other jobs, notify your family for all of your travel accommodations and when you'll be leaving and when you'll be returning and all of that. You will be getting that information from Erica Tomlinson. She's responsible for scheduling all of our event staff. So if ever an issue comes up, if you have a death in the family, if you have an illness, if you have a very urgent situation where you know you are not going to be available for a show, you have to reach out to Erica right away, as well as Carrie. So those are the 2 points of contact. We do not have a team lead designated yet. So for now, Carrie is going to act as that person. I know that we have one of the elements of our protocol is the safe code and getting that new safe code for the next group. All of that is going to funnel through Carrie moving forward. You should have received an email from Carrie at this point with your new Lightspeed login ID and password. Please speak up now if you did not get that yet. That's good. All right, that means everybody got it. Perfect. Okay. The agenda that we're going to follow today is roll call and intro, and then we're going to do something that we call segue in our company, and I'll introduce you to that in just one moment. Then we're going to review load in and load out expectations. We're going to review the visual aid guide, the sales associate manual for the load and load out process. We're going to do a Q&A, and then we're going to take a quick quiz. It's just a 4-question quiz. And I'm going to be just like the public education system. I'm going to teach to the quiz. So the information that you will be quizzed on absolutely will come out of my mouth. And if it doesn't for some reason, I will confess that and say, oh, shoot, I'm going to have to give you a different question because I didn't actually cover that. Because sometimes I will take a bunny trail. Yeah. Okay, so segue. We are an EOS company, which means we operate on the Entrepreneurial Operating System, which is a proven method for scaling and growing businesses. It was created by Gino Wickman, who wrote the book Traction. So if you are interested in learning more about what it means to be part of an EOS company, I highly recommend you read the book Traction. And it is a way that we manage our meeting structure, our meeting cadence, how frequently each of the teams are meeting, how the leadership unites the information that's coming from the teams, how we collaborate, how we have quarterly meetings, how we have 90-day rocks, which are 90-day goals, basically, how we set our annual plan. So EOS is the system that we operate our company on. And inside of every single meeting that our managers and leaders have inside the organization, we start with something called segue. And segue is where we just take a few minutes, we go around to everybody, and everyone says one personal success and one professional success that has happened for you or to you this week. That sound okay? All right, so what you're going to do is I'm going to call on the first person, and then you are going to call on the next person until we've gone through all the people. Okie doke? All right, so up in the upper left-hand corner of my screen is Jocelyn. So I'm going to go with Jocelyn first. Tell us one good professional thing, one good personal thing that's happened to you this week.
Professional wise, I got an email asking if I could teach at a convention in Massachusetts. And personal, I don't know. It's been a slow week. We've had 2 snow days. We've had a big blizzard and stuff. So maybe I've just been able to stay home and watch Dance Moms. That makes me happy.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, call on the next person.
I'm gonna go Riley. She's gonna hate me.
I would say professional wise, a lot of more parents are found out that I do privates, so I'm now completely booked with privates. So yay. And then personal, yeah, I haven't really done much either. I trained my dog. She's actually currently in training right now. She's right here.
That's a big deal.
But yeah, she's finally not pooping and peeing in the house. So praise.
Perfect. Okay, call on the next person.
I'll go Lauren.
Hello. Honestly, kind of same for me, both professionally and personally. It's been kind of slow. The only thing that's happened recently is that I got accepted into AMDA to go to college this next semester. And I got a scholarship, which I was not expecting. So
Woo!
just excited to continue my BFA in dance.
Very cool.
Yeah, I have nothing personal whatsoever. I'll go with Megan.
Well, this was kind of happened like a few weeks ago, but I got promoted at my job, so I went through all the like manager training this week. So it was a full week of professional stuff. And personal, it's my best friend's birthday, so we're gonna go see the Mean Girls movie tonight. So yeah.
Awesome.
Tiffany.
Let's see. Okay, personal goal this week. I told myself that I wasn't gonna miss a day of working out. So far, so good. Haven't missed a day yet. And professional, I just had a lot of emails to get out. So I was able to go through all emails and, sign up for stuff I was supposed to sign up, redo the medical insurance, all that important stuff that you're supposed to do in the beginning of the year. I was able to knock a lot of that out this week. So happy.
All right, Colin.
Oh, who's next? Okay, Shanice. Is Shanice here? I'm sorry.
Yes,
I don't
I'm
see-
here.
Oh, hey, girl.
Hey, I don't know why my camera will not turn on. I'm so sorry. Keep saying unable to. Hello everyone. For my personal, I would say I am super excited. My son was accepted to his dream school, which is USC. USC, and received a scholarship.
Wow.
So I'm super happy for that. So he's going off to college. And for my professional, I was selected by my company to work Super Bowl in Vegas this year. So I get the opportunity to work on the field.
Wow. Doing what?
So I am a supervisor at a security company. So I'll be checking credentials for anyone accessing the field.
Huh, that's going to be exciting.
Ooh.
All right. Pick on somebody.
Let's go with. Can I pick Carrie?
Sure. Just get it out of the way. Pick me first now. Obviously, professionally for me would be I just started a new job. So I've just got this new boutique job at Spotlight. So that's probably for me professionally. I started on Wednesday, so I'm 2 days in. So professionally, that's what I'm doing, and my head is spinning. Personally, because of that, I haven't really done anything personally because I've lived around my job for the last few days because that's all. So I guess personally, I told my husband, don't talk to me. I'm busy a lot. But other than that, it's been good. It's been a good week. We've had a lot of snow here too, a couple of snow days, and so a lot of working from home. Let's see. I'm gonna pick Caitlin.
We've had a couple snow days also. So personally, just staying at home. And then professionally, I've just been getting like a lot of work done for the tanning salon, so I'd probably say that. But nothing much, a lot of at-home days. I pick
All we have left are Maya, Sunita, and Trish to give their segue.
I'll go with Maya.
Okay, so for professional and personal, I've just kind of been getting back to like my schedule from Chris's break. So I'm like going to school again and I'm getting to the gym, and I just had my first day back at work the other day. So I would say that probably. And then I'll go with Trish.
Oh, Trish, are you muted? Oh, shoot, we lost you, but you're not muted. That's weird. I wonder if your headphones came disconnected from your computer. Oh, bummer. I can't hear you. All right, while she's figuring that out, how about we go to Sunita instead?
Hello. So professionally, I'm on hold for a commercial shoot next week.
Ooh.
And personally, I got to watch MJ the musical yesterday, so that was really fun.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
All right, do we have you back yet, Trish? Oh, bummer. I'm sad. I don't think we're gonna, maybe go out, then come back in. See if it, can you do that? Okay. All right, cool. Okay, and I'll give my segue. Let's see, personal. Yeah, it's been snow days and I love working from home because I have 2 dogs and a cat, and I like to just be able to go over and like snuggle in for just a minute and then get back to work, you know, our pets. And professional good news, I just enrolled in a program with Cornell University called the Psychology of Leadership. I'm a certified leadership development coach and trainer. And so this is going to take me to the next level, Psychology of Leadership. It's a great certification. It's a 6-week program. So I'm really looking forward to digging into that and leveling up my leadership training skills. And Trish is back. Let's see if you're, if we can hear you.
Can you hear me this time?
Hey! Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
Oh, good.
Professionally, I didn't choose to audition for a show that's coming up this summer just because I was busy and we were out of town, but the director reached out to me and offered me a spot. So I'm excited for that. It was paid gig, which is great. And then personally, I've made it to the gym every day this week. So it's big for this new year.
Wow, you all are inspiring me to go to the gym more. Good grief. Okay. All right. So thank you everybody for giving us your segue and kicking us off. So you can go ahead and go and mute yourselves now. And I will ask you that if you have any questions, if you want to chime in at any point, just unmute yourself and say, hey, hang on, I have a question. Can we go back to that? Or can we talk about that more? So I want this to be interactive. Feel free to talk, ask, engage at any point. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen and then I'm gonna talk with you a little bit while we're looking at this screen. So hopefully it's all gonna just sort of connect for everybody. All right, can you see my screen with the visual aid setup guide? All right, good deal. So as you know at Mock, you did not get an actual real live experience of what load in and load out totally looks like. Load out was probably closer, but load in, when you got there, all the stuff was in the lobby. So you didn't have to go wait at the loading dock and get your cases and take them to the boutique setup area. So I want to walk you through what load in really looks like, just to sort of level set your expectation and get you prepared for your first show. So Ideally, you will have arrived many hours, if not the day before the actual event. We typically allow about 4 hours for load-in. If we are going to go to a venue that we've been to before, which the majority of our venues are venues that we've been to before, we allow 4 hours total for load-in. 5 hours if it's a brand new venue, because sometimes you're navigating unknowns, right? You don't know exactly where stuff is supposed to go. Now, you know that these cases here listed on the screen are your cases. They're your responsibility. However, at load-in, you're going to touch any case that comes to you. It is all hands on deck. It's everybody at the truck. It's everybody taking a case and moving it to its proper area as it comes to you. So it's just all hands on deck. Everybody's helping everybody. Generally, before load-in begins, we have the brief. So you have been told on your TAW, the travel arrangement worksheet, when load-in starts and when the brief is. So it's basically your call time. So if load-in starts at 8:30 a.m., your call time is usually 8 a.m., either in the lobby of the hotel or the lobby of the venue. And your event manager is going to go over the brief. They're going to review details of this particular venue, if there are any issues, if there are any oddities, like sometimes backstage access is a little narrow or tricky and you can't set things up where you normally would set them up. They'll talk about those kinds of things. They'll talk about some of the clients that are coming or any issues with last minute additions or cancellations. These things obviously don't apply to you, but they apply to other people in the room. They will talk about our core values. We'll review our core values. They will give you a chance for everybody to introduce yourselves, who's here, who's on the show, what's your role. And they'll talk about the boutique goal. So the sales goal should be on the brief. And so whether it's a $4,000 show or a $38,000 show, that will be reviewed. We will talk about how many programs are at the show. Boutique is allocated a certain number of programs, as well as our clients are allocated a certain number of programs. Those programs will be in a box. Somebody will bring that box to you. If for some reason you do not get the box of the programs, go to your event manager. Hey, I didn't get the programs. Do you know where they are? So the show director has a number of programs that are going to be in the at the client check-in counter, and they are going to give programs to our clients who registered, and they get a certain number of programs depending on how many teachers are coming and how many routines they registered. And then boutique gets a certain number of programs, and you need to sell those programs. That is counting towards your boutique sales goal. And as you might recall, Jen has that checklist of all the things that you need to be keeping a tally of. Programs is one of those. So keeping a hashtag tally of how many programs you're selling so that you can report that to the event manager with the debrief, basically debrief and load out list process. Okay, so you'll go through the brief. Everyone walks together to the loading dock. The truck is usually there, gate goes up, as we know, and maybe you don't know. Only 2 people are allowed on the truck. The driver and, do you remember who else? Does anybody remember who else is allowed on the truck?
The TA.
Yeah, there you go. Driver and TA are the only 2 people allowed on that truck. You don't step on the lift gate. You don't go into the back of the truck. There's usually somebody who's flipping the switch, the up and down for the lift gate. And that person is the switch operator. We all know what they said from the stage. It's just an endearing term for the switch operator. And it's kind of a fun job, but you got to call it out. You got to make sure toes are out of the way. You got to make sure that the lift gate makes it all the way to the edge of the truck. Sometimes somebody might say, hey, we need you, Lauren, come and be the lift gate operator. Like, oh, okay, whatever. If you are assigned to that, you own it with responsibility, with dedication. You command ownership of that role, and you make sure that you're keeping everyone safe. Safety first. We don't want anyone getting hurt, and we know how heavy those road cases are. So, we did the hands-on when we were loading out some of those cases. When they go up, you got to hold them. When they're coming down, they'll call out, hey, hands-on case. So you'll come and you'll put your hands on the case as the lift gate comes down, just to make sure those things don't fall or roll off. Then you're making sure your toes are out of the way. When the lift gate's all the way down, you can roll that case off and you can take it to where it needs to go. If you don't know where it's supposed to go, if it is not a case that belongs to you, you ask. Usually it'll be labeled FOH, which is front of house. It'll be labeled backstage, which is obviously backstage or stage, or it'll be labeled boutique. So front of house usually means it's going to be somewhere near the judge's table, where the DJ and the judge, where the announcer and the judge sit. That's considered the front of house. If it's stage or backstage, that's where you could just leave it where backstage somewhere. And then if it's boutique, you got to roll those suckers all the way to wherever the boutique is. Part of brief should be the event manager saying, hey, boutique is in the front lobby or lobby A, or it's going to be in the main room, like Fresno. Our Fresno show is one of the coolest ones for boutique because boutique is actually in the competition area. You are not segregated away. Now, it does get loud and it is hard to hear customers, but you get to see the entire show. You are there in the convention hall with everyone else, which I think is kind of cool. So there's a couple of venues that are like that. So your event manager should tell you where boutique is. You might even want to take a little walk just to go make sure you know where it is you're taking your cases. Okay, any questions so far? Awesome. Okay, so let's take a look at the screen. So we know that we are responsible for all of these cases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then there's that case 11. Who remembers what case 11 is?
The tables.
Yippers. Will that ever come to the lobby? Nope. Will they bring you your tables?
No.
Nope. You got to go fetch them. So that's just you going to the backstage. Hey, everyone, where's case 11? Oh, there's the tables over there. Okay. You go and get 3. If you need more than 3, that's okay. But you got to ask because they might have allocated those tables for something else. So if you feel like you have this gigantic space that you want to fill up and you want to add a table, that's okay. But you've got to ask first and make sure that there is a table, an extra table for you to use. So 3 tables, okay? So you've got your master register, secondary register, and then case 33 with the supplies. Who remembers what we call those 3 cases together when they are all assembled in the right order in boutique? It's 2-word. It's a 2-word phrase, and you'll see it all throughout your training materials. And I don't know if we used it enough for you to like have registered that that's what we mean. And I want to make sure you get this term because it is in the manual so frequently. And if you don't know, you're gonna be like, what do they mean when it says that in the manual? It's cash wrap. That's the cash wrap station. So when 31, 32, and 33 are set up, so 33 is in the middle and it's flanked with 31 and 32, that is considered the cash wrap. So that's what they're talking about in the manual when they talk about cash wrap, is those 3 cases together. Then 34 is equipment. It's got the backdrop, the banner, the step and repeat, the rug, the teacher check-in, the phonogenic awards case, all that stuff. And then 35 has your display body forms and hangers, as well as tablecloths. And here is an important FYI. We have all new tablecloths for the boutique area this season, and we unpackaged them at Mock. So any other route has boxes. So your tablecloths are in sealed, closed boxes. Go ahead, open those boxes up, use those tablecloths. There's some shorter tablecloths in there too. There are 4-foot tablecloth. I'm going to put a note in everyone's stuff, but those tablecloths belong on the judges' tables. They accidentally put them in our case 35. So we get to deliver the smaller box. So there's one box in there that's smaller that we get to go and take to the judges. So this is only going to happen on the first show. Only if you're on the first shows do you care. Otherwise, they'll already be gone and taken care of. Okay, 36 is merchandise shelving. And the 39 is the one size fits all. Again, thank you everybody for helping to retag the one size fits all. 40 is your double-sided shelving. 41 is the condo case. That's the sale case. Again, thank you everyone for helping tag that. We are working hard to make sure that the OSFA and the condo cases are all tagged before we send them out on the show. The only ones we can't fix in advance are Route 3 and Route 5 because just Route 3 because it's already gone. We already sent it. So for Route 3, if you're the first person out on Route 3, you are going to get tags that you can put on the OSFA items as well as the closeout sale merchandise. Let's see. Case 45 is tall shelving on one side. And I think that that's the, 45 is tall shelving, one side. Then you've got your tables. Okay. And then, all right, any questions so far? Okay, cool. All right. 31, 32, 33. What do we call it when they are combined together in their space like this?
Cash wrap.
Yep, this is the cash wrap. Thank you. So case 31 has your master register in your safe. Which sales associate handles the cash?
Master.
The lead, master lead. Yep, that's fine. The lead sales associate is going to be responsible for attending to the cash. Now, you can use your other sales associate to help you with the counting, right? Because the dual control is very important. We need to make sure that we're checking in the money from the safe. We're putting and counting the money into the register, and you have your colleague, your associate there with you while you're doing that, just to dual control the process and make sure everything's there. Because if for some reason you're counting that money and you're putting it into the register and you're like, oh shoot, we're short. Having that other person there, yep, verified, it's short. You didn't miscount it. You didn't drop a bill or something, and it's definitely not your fault. So you have to have that person there to help you with the counting. It's the safe, the cash till, the iPad, stapler, supplies, case cover, all that good stuff are in here. And then 32 is the secondary register, which is usually the credit card. And you've got the power cords, the power strips, power supply, trash can, the internet hard line. You've got all of the cables and cords. So in this little colored bag right here, all of your charging devices and cables are in the colored bag. It's the power cords for all your devices. Then you've got your emergency bin, your first aid kit, rubber gloves, all that stuff. And this is something to note on your loadout list. Like if you've noticed that you're getting low on Band-Aids, and I think there's even tampons in there too, just be sure to write that on there, because sometimes people don't note that they used 1 or 2 Band-Aids because it's not that big of a deal. But if you get 6 shows into the season and everyone took 1 or 2 Band-Aids and you've only got a couple left, you're going to need to note that so that we can buy more. And then case 33 has your Dancer Against Cancer bags, and then your plastic shopping bags, and the event supplies and award supplies, and then signage for the signage and boutique supplies in the 4th row. So all of those drawers will be loaded appropriately for you. There's the Dancer Against Cancer bags. Those should be in row 1. 2nd row is plastic bags. Let's see here. Can we get row 3. 3rd row, okay, yeah, event supplies. Pens for sale. Award supplies. These are the charms, charm buckets, gem buckets. And then signage. So you've got the little displays and the signs. And this is what Carrie and I are working on this week, is to make sure that these cases are fully stocked and ready for you, because what we learned at mock was that they weren't fully stocked and totally ready for you, which is why we do mock. we have to make sure that we know exactly what has been done and what remains to be done. So we are going to go and make sure that we check that list off and get everything handled for you. And then there's the boutique supplies. Any questions so far? No? Okay. I'm gonna make this one page. All right, case 34. Banners, step and repeat, awards case, photogenic, teacher check-in, and backdrop. Does anybody have any questions about that stuff? Any thoughts that happened while you were putting things up and taking them down? I think every single one of you did it multiple times at mock, right? Yeah, okay, cool. And then the body forms, and then in here in this little area right here should be all of your tablecloths. It'll be the boxes with tablecloths, and then you can get rid of the boxes and just fold the tablecloths up and keep them in there for the display tables.
Marlene,
Yes.
the judges' tablecloth, do we collect them back at the end of the event or no?
Nope, they can keep them. We are just going to be the delivery route. Thanks for asking. That's a good question. All right, and this is an idea of what your display should look like. We went over that at mock. And then this is the car case, which it's still up for debate as to whether or not we're going to send it out on the routes. I don't know that we have room in the truck for it, but we'll see. So if one of these does come, be pleasantly surprised. And you can use these little hanging racks as additional display area. One size fits all. We are all very familiar with that. Double-sided shelving, condo case, which is all the discount sale merchandise. And then the case 11 tables. All right, that is that for the visual aid. I'm going to jump into the sales associate manual. And again, just unmute yourself and ask a question if you have any questions at all.
If we do have that like folding open case, are there going to be hangers to use on those?
Yep, we will
display racks?
definitely provide you with hangers. If we decide to send that out on the road, we'll give you guys some hangers for sure. And we'll put them in that case.
Okay,
So
thank
have
you.
them. Yeah, you bet. Okay, can you see sales associate manual on my screen? Perfect, okay. Obviously, this will be in the case, so you can always refer back to it. We just want to make sure you're super familiar with all the details that are in here. So load in. We talked about this. You're going to ask the EM where you're supposed to go. Ideally, they're going to just say, hey, lobby's that way, go check it out. So you know where you're going. Always need to be near a power source, right? Because we got to plug in the terminals, and we've got the lights for the step and repeat. Main point of access, customer facing upon customer entry. We set up in the following order. Cash wrap area. So very first thing we get set up is the cash wrap area, the cash register. We make sure that everything's plugged in. We make sure that everything's working. Now, here's a caveat. Do you remember the name of the device that provides us our Wi-Fi for our POS terminal?
Cradle Point.
Woo! That's bonus points for you right there. Nice. Yep. So the Cradle Point is going to get set up by the technical assistant. You don't set that up. So sometimes you're a little bit at the mercy of the TA to get out there with your Cradle Point. But what you can do is proactively notify them that you are ready when they are ready. So you get your cash wrap completely set up, get the covers on them, get that all the way done, get the POS terminals turned on, get your money loaded in the cash register. And then if by then your Cradle Point has not been set up, you go and find somebody. One of you will go and find the TA and say, hey, we're all ready up in boutique for the Cradle Point when you're ready for us. You on occasion will be forgotten about. So if you are getting, so hypothetically speaking, you've set up the cash wrap and now you're waiting for somebody to come and set up your Cradle Point. You go back and you start setting up the rest, right? You don't sit there and wait for somebody to come. You keep on moving forward. And then ideally they're going to come at some point. If you get to the point where you are all done setting up and you still don't have your cradle point, that's when it becomes a little bit more urgent. If you're within, I don't know, an hour, 45 minutes of that show starting, now your level of anxiety is going to be increasing because you're like, I need to make sure that the terminal is going to work. Need to make sure that I can make sales, and we need to get that thing set up. What can I do to help facilitate this, right? Because there may be other problems going on in other areas of the show, and the TA is like totally tied up and can't get to you, and they're dealing with another crisis. So remaining calm is super important. Making sales is super important. So communicating clearly, how can I help? Is there something that I can do to facilitate getting the cradle point set up? Is there somebody else who might know how to do it? So working calmly with your TA, maybe they're going to feel overwhelmed or they're trying to manage a different crisis. You can go to your event manager and say, hey, so we're ready in boutique and I'm feeling that we're close to doors opening and we don't have cradle point set up. What would you like us to do? And then the event manager at that point might pull someone off of a different task and send them out to you so that you can get that system set up and ready to make some sales. Are there any questions about that? Awesome. Okay. All right. So you're going to follow the process. You're going to plug everything in. Y'all know how to do that. Maybe even do a sample sale and then return it just to make sure everything works. Let's see. Then you're going to set up all the banners, right? So first is cash wrap. Second is all of the equipment. Set up the step and repeat, set up the backdrop, set up all of the banners, all that stuff. Studio check-in. And then you're going to set up the tables and photogenic and the awards case. You're going to make sure that the one size fits all is placed near power outlets so that it lights up. And then all your body forms according to the boutique floor plan. Well, this floor plan didn't necessarily get published the way that we had hoped it would, but you all saw what it looked like. And you're going to have different size areas. Sometimes you're going to be able to do that nice big U shape like we did. Sometimes you're going to have a narrower hallway and it's going to be all straight. Sometimes you're going to have a big convention area where you can set tables like out in the middle and you can create a display in the middle of the floor. So you'll have a little bit of freedom to make it look really shoppable and make it look really nice. And maybe in the future, Carrie will be able to give you some predefined floor plans and like schematics for the different types of areas, but do you set up the body forms before or after the display tables have clothing on them?
After.
Perfect. But you can pull them out and sort of lay them in the general area. The clearance condo, we know that's a 2-person job, right? Because the sides are super duper heavy to take off. Let's see, place appropriate signs and posters beside the merchandise. So like we had the youth sizes, teen and adult sizes, hoodies, right? Those are the kinds of signs we're talking about too. And then you have your load in list. So whichever one of you is like checking things off, and you can both be checking things off, but just know that you divide and conquer that list. And we'll take a look at that load in list in just a minute, but it does have to be returned back to the event manager completed. Okay. We all know the register opening. We're going to review the cash closing procedures. Does anybody feel like they have questions about the opening procedures? And again, you can always read it here. Did you receive this document electronically? No? Would you like me to send this to you? Yes. Okay. I will send you all the documents that we review here. The load in list, load out list, the sales associate manual, and the boutique guidelines. Sorry, I think I'm going to sneeze. Ooh, it's coming. Maybe it'll go away. Okay. Setting up. Opening the register, counting all the bills. And remember, what do we remember about this? When we're counting 20s, 10s, 5s, 1s, are we looking for a total dollar value or total number of actual bills?
Number of bills.
Perfect. Okay. iPad troubleshooting. If your scanner detaches itself from the register, this is the barcode you can scan to reset your scanner. So this is in the manual. Hopefully that won't happen. If it does, hopefully it's super easy to get it back reconnected. If it's not, who do we call?
TA.
Yes.
Perfect. If the safe doesn't open, what might be the problem?
The batteries.
Batteries.
Oh, wow.
Perfect. All right. Let's see, here's the customer support for Lightspeed. Should it become an issue? Cash management tips, which is basically no distractions, stay focused and concentrated. And I think everybody felt pretty comfortable with Lightspeed and doing a transaction in Lightspeed, right? Yep, okay. All right, I'm gonna move on to our quiz. Actually, let's look at the load-in list super fast. And I will email this to you, like I said. Load-in list, it tells you in the first hour, this is what should be happening. In the second hour, this is what should be happening. By the third hour, this is what should be happening. You're probably going to be ahead of schedule most of the time. But if you are in the third hour and you're still stuck back here, you have a problem. So you might need to ask for additional help or support, or let your event manager know that you're struggling with something. But this is just a good guideline. So you know, are you on track? Are you going to hit your goal of opening that boutique within 4 hours of load-in? Okay. All right, I'm going to ask you some quiz questions here really quick.
I have a quick question. When will we be getting when do you usually get your radios?
They will bring them to you. So they're doing load-in. So it's the TAs that are doing load-in, and they should deliver them to you within that 4-hour period.
Okay, so there's not like a set time that we'll get them by. It's just somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So look, you get to look in advance at what the quiz questions are. I'm not going to give you all the answers. So next week we'll go over these, the following week over those. So for this one, question 1, and why don't you go ahead and type it in the chat? Let's go ahead and open up your chat, everyone. And let's go ahead and type our answers in the chat. What type of items get stored in the colored pouches? Go. Is anybody typing in there? I don't see anything. Oh, there we go. Yep. Cords and plugs, cords, plugs, chargers. Yep. Wires, cords, wires. Perfect. Yep. That is all of your charging devices and cords for your POS terminal primarily, and anything that needs to get plugged in the cash wrap. True or false? You dress mannequins before setting the merchandise on tables. Put it in the chat. True or false? False, 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 false. Yeah, that's 100% for everybody. All right, question number 3. What type of merchandise lives in the condo case? Sale, clearance, sales rack, clearance, discounted. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You guys are going to be amazing at this. All right, last question, question 4. What case numbers need to be opened and set up first? Cash wrap, 31, 32, 33. Yes, 31, 32, 33. Cash wrap. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You all are amazing. You are going to be just fine. Let me stop sharing. Here we go. And we are at our hour. Thank you all so much for your time. Thank you for engaging and participating. Thank you for being so smart and wonderful. I can't wait to see all of you out on the shows, but we will see you next week for training. You have it in your calendar. Like I said, I'm going to send a revised Zoom link for everybody. So expect that to populate in your email and on your calendar, and have a fantastic weekend. Happy Friday, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.